Marriage Show with Regina Dorcas. Whatever it takes, you can fix it.
Hello and welcome to another wonderful and exciting episode of Spice the Marriage Show, where we'll talk and educate on relationship and marriage. And I am Regina Dorcas. Today on the program, we'll be talking about food security when it comes to homes. Yes, it is something that is becoming a norm in our society. I don't know what is really happening, but the rates at which we are clamoring for food items today in the market is becoming something that everyone should get up and talk about. I don't know if you've heard the word the rich also cry. Now even the rich are crying. So I will urge all Nigerians, we need to look for a way out because the times have really changed. Food security, it's something that a lot of us need to turn our eyes to look at this point in time. If you have any question or any contribution and you want to be part of this program or you want to support us, please feel free to send us a text on any of the numbers scrolling on your screen or follow us on all our social media platforms. We'll be right back. Hello, welcome back. If you're just joining us, it's Spice, the Marriage Show, where we'll talk and educate on relationship and marriage. And today we are diving into food security. I know a lot of people out there will be wondering, like I will always say, we always talk about relationship, what it takes to have a happy ending in a relationship and how to fix things when it comes to relationship. But don't forget, we also talk about family values. And at a time like this, when Nigeria as a country is sloping to a state of return, I wouldn't want to say the word a state of no return, sloping to the state of a return, we need to talk about some vital issues that is affecting homes, is affecting families. Remember, family is a building block of every society, and a successful family makes a successful society and consequently a successful nation, like I always say. Now in the studios today, I have a very wonderful gentleman that will be talking to us about this wonderful topic. He's no other person than Mr. Martins OLALEKAN. He is a Chief Operating Officer, Ikeja Chambers of Commerce, Industry and Agriculture. Sir, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. This is Spice the Marriage. So like I said, we talk about relationship. We are always talking about man and woman, what it takes to make it happen. But also, whether you like it or not, marriage emanates from home. It takes two people to make a home. It takes two people to build a family for us to become what we are today. So, like I said, we talk about relationship, but today we'll talk about things that is reasoning with home and how to keep that home functioning to a better marriage, to a better family, to a better everything. So everything comes from home. Now, our topic says today is food security. And you coming from the agriculture industry, what is happening? Where have we gone wrong? Where are we not doing things rightly? What do we need to do to function better? I think you're in a better place to answer this question. So what is happening in our society today when it comes to food security?
Thank you very much. First things first, I would like to let you know that the major reasons why we are going through all of this is that we have too many responsible people around.
So many
irresponsible
people are
around,
good.
yes, as a nation. You know, when we refuse to do what is necessary, then we should be ready to accept whatever comes in.
Okay.
If you remember the days of our, or let's go back to the days of our forefathers.
Forefathers, yeah.
You know, there is this thing we call trade and what's it called? Yes, that's trade and barter.
Yeah.
Where you exchange. I think it is time for us to go back to those days because food is very, very essential. Not just in homes. The agricultural sector itself is just like every other sector of the nation. And it is going to be unfair of me if I say the system as a nation is even on the right path. It's going to be very, very unfair of me. So If the head is bad, every other part of your body will feel it.
Okay.
Just like every other sector of the country is feeling it, the agricultural sector is also having a feel of what is happening.
Is it that we don't really have any plans for
Okay, let's start
Is
with,
there no plan?
we're talking about food security.
Yes, please.
Now, there are farmers in the farm, and there are some set of people that don't want them to be in the farm, or there are some set of people that would bring their cows to come and eat up what you have produced in the farm.
Okay, now, let me put something straight. This is Spice Marriage Show. We take it real. Because whatever you say here will help one person out there.
Definitely.
Whatever you say here will go mileage that can change and turn things around. So I just want us to be a little bit specific on our analysis. If the sector is not really working or the government is not making any provisions for them, we need to know so that if it's something we have to put a word across, we can do that. So I would want to hear
Okay,
from you.
the point is,
Okay.
let me start with the Ikeja Chamber of Commerce, Industry and Agriculture, for example. What we do is that we have discovered that people don't want to do these things for themselves.
When you say people.
People, yes, you and I. And that is the first thing that we should do. You and I should be responsible for ourselves.
How?
In what sense? When it comes to food security,
Okay.
you and I should be responsible for ourselves. That is the number one thing.
Yeah, okay.
That is the number one thing. When we are responsible for ourselves, you would see that, you already have this land, you already have these farms, you already have what it takes to start up your farm. But because you're waiting for someone somewhere to do these things for you because you have the money, you just want to go and get it. Even at this point, you said something when you started. You said the rich also cry.
Yeah,
the rich are crying because they're not doing the right thing.
Okay, now, before I still go back towards the question I asked before. Now, your commission as an entity, now, whether you like it or not, whether everybody wants to do things individually, whether I choose to want to have maybe a farm or anything in my house, the nation, the country provides a means to say, oh, this particular kind of food, this particular kind of thing. They provide things for the nation. Now, I am asking you because you are in a place where these things, you should know if it is being done. Because you said irresponsible people. If I want to count myself as an irresponsible person from the home side where you are talking about that, I have not been able to plant maybe pepper or some things in my home. Now, as a country, the chambers of commerce, the agricultural sector, what are their plans? What are they doing to help in helping
thank you.
to salvage the situation?
I get it now. Okay. Now, in Ikeja Chamber of Commerce, Industry and Agriculture, what we do is we train people. That's the first thing we do. We train people to do the farm business themselves because the first thing they do is, I don't know about farming. We train you. We guide you, we mentor you, and we make sure that you succeed in that business. That is the first thing we do in ICCI. Also, we also give room for those that don't want to do it themselves. I think we should know about those that don't want to do it themselves, those that have the white-collar job, like I said before, those that don't have time, because agribusiness, farm business needs a lot of time. So those that don't have the time, they can invest and people do it for them, then they share profits with these people. You know, what we are encouraging is that the nation is so poor. The nation is so rich and yet so poor. Agriculture is the only business that was.
Okay, let me take you back a little bit. When you say invest, individuals to invest, how do they invest? What do they invest?
Okay. Now, if you don't have the time, for example, like I said before, we call these people active farmers and passive farmers. Those that are active farmers are the people that want to do the job for themselves. They are ready to do it themselves. They will just come, we will train them, we will guide them, and they are making money and they are putting food on their table. That is what ICCI do. You put food on your table and put money in your pocket. In what sense? When you have a farm, So there would be issues of what to eat when you have a farm. When you sell your farm produce, there would be money in your pocket. So in ICCI, how do you invest? Now, for those that don't have the time, like I said, you can invest your money.
Okay.
For example, you have spoken to me about agriculture. You want me to do something in agriculture, but I don't have the time. Invest your money, and you'll be making a whole lot of money from whatever you have invested. There will be food on your table because you have invested in the farm. And from the farm, food still comes to your house. Food still comes to your table, money still comes to your pocket. And that's what we do basically in ICCI, putting food on people's table, putting money in people's pockets.
Okay, now you're talking about investing. Now, in your corporation, ICCI, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, how do you help the farmers? How do you make them go mileage in what they're doing?
Okay, first.
Do people give out loans? Do people support? Do you give materials? And
Okay, no, we don't give out loans.
okay.
We don't give out loans, like I said. But we'll give materials. We give materials to propel you, like a startup. Okay. What you need to start up, it might be little, but what you need to start up a farm as an individual. Okay. As an individual, you know, when you're doing business, it's different from when you're doing something for yourself and for your family. Yeah. So as an individual, we give you something to start up, the knowledge and little thing to start up whatever farm or agri-business you want to involve in. ICCI is not just helping. Okay. We have been doing that over time. We've been doing that over time. We do this, there was a time we were doing, what do we call it at that time? We're taking foods. You know, when you get to a particular eatery, you would see that some food will get bad the next day. There will be nobody to take them. You understand? ICCI have a committee that takes them and give it to those that need it. You go to some supermarkets, you see that there are products that will soon expire. There are products that will soon expire. It's not expired, it will soon expire. Okay. You have a conversation with whoever is involved. They give it to you. You give that immediate need of some families. So ICCI have been.
Where have you people been operating? I'm hearing this for the first time. I've not really seen or heard about it.
Okay. Yes, a lot of that has been happening. Most especially in the West. In the West, though,
not here in Abuja.
It is in Abuja too.
Okay.
It is in Abuja too. But most of our activities, 80% of the activities, are in the West because, like I said, it is Ikeja Chamber of Commerce, and Lagos is Ikeja is the capital city of Lagos State. Yes.
Okay. So I still go back to my question: how big are you people? You're talking about land. If I have land, I should bring my land and let us farm. Okay. How many plot of land do you people have? Okay. How big is your own farm? Because me, I will want to visit.
You know, that is the number one mistake that we make as farmers or as Nigerians. Okay. Now the thing is, there are lots of innovations when it comes to farming.
Okay.
As I speak to you now.
What I'm asking you is, if you're teaching people how to farm, you should be able to have your own farm.
Definitely.
So that's what I'm asking.
As I speak to you now, we have farms. Most of our farms are in the West, like I said, in Ogun State. Okay. Basically, Ogun State, Abeokuta. We have a lot of farms. But I'm still trying to tell you that because there are innovations in agriculture, because there are innovations in farming, whatever you can farm on that soil, I can farm it on the wall.
On the wall?
On the wall.
Okay.
Whatever you can plant on the soil and get a good result, I can farm it, I can do it on my roof, and I will get the same result.
Okay, so what kind of plants?
As long as they are getting into the soil, I will do it on my roof.
And I will get a good result. I want to, let's, no, we cannot do it practical, but let us have a little theoretical part of it. Like what kind of plants can you?
A whole lot of it: garden egg, watermelon, pineapple. As long as it gets to the soil. Okay. I can do it.
What about yam?
Yes.
On the wall?
As long as it gets to the soil.
Pepper?
I will do it on the wall.
Crayfish?
Yes. Crayfish. I'll do it on the wall. So what ICCI is doing is, you know, better ways to do this. How not to get your hands dirty even while you're doing agriculture. Okay. So that it will be easy for everybody to be part of it. We're not just saying you must go to the farm, you must go to the farm. We understand that you don't want to get your hands dirty. So we're teaching you better ways on how to not to get your hands dirty even while doing agribusiness. Even while you're saying, I am a farmer, You're a farmer, you're putting on suit, yes. Because there are better ways to do agribusiness than the way our forefathers did it.
Okay, so for a family now,
Yes.
if you want to advise a family to say, okay, what can you advise that's the crop that you know that can grow in no time?
Okay.
What kind of crop do you think they can grow in no time? Because you were talking about having a garden
Yes.
and all of that. So
Yes.
what do you think they can grow in no time that
Okay,
can yield on time?
you mentioned pepper. You've mentioned pepper. You mentioned pepper. You know, many a times families differ,
Yeah.
and agriculture is about feeding the nation,
Yeah.
feeding people. You understand?
Yeah.
So if it's about you, it depends on your family. If it is something you want, something you're consuming in your home, you know what you consume. You know how best to do it. If it is something you want to sell, something you want to give out to the people, for example, watermelon. You know, the watermelon, the oranges that is getting bad in some people's farm. Somebody like das Chivita needs it to do their juice.
Okay.
You know,
Oranges
their
and
orange
pineapple.
juice. Every other fruit guys need something like that to do their oranges. But because we are not educated on how to even assess these people, I was in Ogun State some times ago and I saw a farm. The farm is so big, half of the harvest is already getting bad.
Okay.
Half of the harvest is already getting bad. So it's a different thing to have farm produce. It's a different thing to know where and how to go about it.
Okay, now let me say, for example, on top of this hill where I am now, I want to start maybe a little farming. What can you advise?
On top of this hill.
Yeah, what can you advise that I can grow that in no time I'll start harvesting?
And you
Maybe
know,
for my own consumption, not
when you
on
talk
a large
when you talk
scale.
about no time, it takes minimum of 3 months for any kind of agri-produce.
3 months is a closer time. Yeah, I'm grows how many months? So I'm talking about little things that we can grow that's in no time. Like pepper. Pepper is how many months?
Pepper 4-5 months.
That's
the pepper
high.
is
So
ready,
which one
yes.
is 3 months?
3 months. Watermelon, like I said before.
Okay, watermelon is just 3 months.
Yes, can take 3
Okay,
months.
so how can I go about it?
How can you go about it?
In planting, since I'm on the hill,
on the
hill right now,
yes.
because you just said something that whatever you can plant anywhere. You can also plant it
Yes.
even inside or on a wall.
It doesn't mean that it will not involve the soil. I don't know if you understand.
That's why I
it
said,
doesn't
what
mean
is the
that it will not
process?
involve
That's
the
why I'm asking,
soil.
what is the process?
Yes, first thing you do is you soil the land.
Okay.
First thing is
I was
you
thinking,
soil.
when you say you can grow on the wall,
That
that you're
is
going
it.
to hang it on the wall
No,
and start growing.
you soil the land.
Okay.
First, you soil the land. Even if it is on the wall, you soil it.
Okay.
Do you understand? When you soil it, then you can start farming. It's the same process, just that you need to soil it. You need to soil the surface first.
What is in a place like the rocky areas that we have in Abuja that you don't have a lot of soil? How do you go
Whether you
about
like
it?
it or not, it's not every
Soil.
soil that can give you a good harvest. It's not every soil. It's not every. So sometimes the location you have determines what you should go into. I don't know if you understand that.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yes, sometimes the location you have determined where you should go into. If you are in a swampy area, you can decide to do a fish farming or a rice farming. You don't need any integration. You don't need to put up anything because the soil is already ready for that kind of seed or for that kind of farm,
Produce.
for that kind of produce. Okay. You understand? So it depends on your location. And as you said, as you are on the rocky part,
area,
yes. We all know that it's difficult for something to grow on the rock. You understand?
Because you
so
were
you
saying
soil
anything can grow anywhere. Even as I said.
Definitely.
So if on the rock, I can soil the rock.
You can soil it, yes.
Okay, now, we are going to be going on a short break, and when we come back, I want a way out of the food security thing in Nigeria. You said something that it was very strong. People of bad character that we are growing in the system that is not allowing things to happen. So we'll be going on a short break, and when we come back, we'll be looking for the way forward on food security in Nigeria. Like I said, the rich also is crying. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome to Spice the Marriage Show, where we'll talk and educate on everything relationship and marriage. And I am Regina Dorpesi. We are talking about things you need to know.
Relationship has to do with commitment and condition. Men lie. And why do they lie? It's just because of their ego. Now, when you're talking about intimacy, where so many women get it wrong, after sex, what next? If you're a nagging wife, you need to have a bragging right.
Whatever it takes in your relationship or marriage, you alone can fix it. All right, welcome back. If you're just joining us, it's Spice the Marriage Show. And today, we've been talking about food security, which is a big problem in our society today. And we've been talking to Mr. Martins OLALEKAN, and he is the Chief Operating Officer of Ikeja Chambers of Commerce, Industry and Agriculture. He's been enlightening us on the steps to follow when it comes to agriculture. And he said something big. Two things that is big. The first one, we are not doing the right thing. And he's going to tell us how we can do the right thing and make things work. And secondly, he said even if it's in your backyard or on the wall, you can grow your crops. You can grow some minor things that can make your life or daily food fruitful. So, Mr. Martins, you're welcome back.
Thank you very much.
All right, we've been talking about the way, the things, how we can make plants, what and all of that. Now, I still go back to one question. In your commission, how have you been able to touch lives?
Okay.
How people be able, because like I still say, when a government sets a parastatal, they give them all it takes to work. And with the way the country has been so fluctuating, like NEPA lights, we are supposed to at least fall back to you, the agricultural sector, to see how we can lean and make things happen. But instead, you are here telling me that we have bad eggs around us. We are not doing the right thing. So how right are you people doing to salvage the situation?
Okay, thank you very much. Like I said, maybe you should first understand what ICCI does.
No, you have to tell me what they do, just like you said.
Like I said before, you know, like I said, we train people how to farm and we also help them invest. Now, the ways we have been helping people, I've said it before, but I'm going to say it again. If you're investing with ICCI, for example, you're getting 50% on your investment.
Okay, this you didn't
after
tell me.
harvest. You're getting 50% on your investment. Like I said, you don't want to do this thing yourself.
After paying your money?
After harvest, yes, you're the one that invested.
Okay.
Just that people are doing the job for you.
Okay.
Agric business, people are doing the job for you. And you're getting 50% on your investment after harvest. 56%, and maximum time for harvest is 6 months. Okay. Maximum. So imagine you're investing maybe 500,000, for example, and in 6 months you're getting 750,000 naira. That is one way at which we have been helping people. Okay. That is one way at which we have been putting food on people's table. That is one way we have been putting money in people's pockets.
Okay, because we are actually running out of time now, as a parastatal, what is your advice for families, for people out there that are suffering? Some weeks back, if I'm not mistaken, a woman collapsed because she was hungry and she was pregnant. And it was all over social media and people were shouting, the country, because you are the government right now. I'm the civilian here. How are you people going to help us in coming out of this place where we are?
Okay.
Yeah.
Professor Kinumi Additional said something.
Okay.
And I will quote. He said, the future millionaires and billionaires of Africa will not be coming from the oil and gas sector.
Okay.
He said they will be coming from the agricultural sector.
Okay.
He also said until Africans, until you and I, see agriculture as a business and not a way of life.
Leave me
This
and
will
you,
not
leave
happen.
me alone first.
Now,
It's government, me I'm talking
he
about.
went for
You
that
as
to
a
say,
government, what are the people
he
done?
went for that to say, nobody smokes gas, nobody drinks oil, but everybody eats food.
True.
And he said food is critical, and that is what Africa has a comparative advantage in.
Yeah.
Now, the crisis between Israel and Gaza, food is one of the weapons which Israel is using against Gaza. When they stop supplying food, these guys are getting weak. Now, we are always looking for somebody to hold responsible for the situations of the country.
Okay.
And until we stop doing that, because the country, Nigeria as a whole, starts from the family. It starts from the family.
Yeah, of course.
Until we learn to be responsible.
I'm not arguing that with you. I'm
Okay.
just saying, as a parastatal, what are people doing? At least out of 100, you should tell me the government is doing 60. Let me not say 50, 60 in helping. Let the 40 be the other me and you, or me, because you are the government right now.
The Chamber of Commerce is not a government parastatal.
You're not a government parastatal.
No.
I was waiting for you to say that.
The Chamber of Commerce is not a government parastatal.
Is what?
A Chamber of Commerce, just like if you're going to the airport now, you see Chinese Chamber of Commerce. Is that the government? A Chamber of Commerce is a group of people, learned people,
That
who
came
believe
together.
that, yes.
I've been waiting for you to say that, and
Yes.
I kept saying
Who believe
government,
that? Who
and you
believe
refused
that?
to correct me.
Who
So I've been
believe
doing that intentionally.
Okay. So that's
Because
that's
a lot
it.
of people out there don't know.
Okay.
A lot of people will still point accusing finger
Okay.
on you. I didn't want to say it, but I just wanted you to point it out that it's not a government parastatal. But in as much as you will say it's not a government parastatal, government is involved.
Okay.
True or false?
You're just telling me.
No, come on. Don't be like this.
You're just telling me. But like I said, it is not a government parastatal. It is just, like I said, it's a group of people. Seriously, it's a group of people who believe they know what they are doing, who believe we can put a stop to poverty, who believe we can put food on people's table with a system that we have created.
Okay.
And that is the system I told you about.
Okay.
Because everybody eats food. If you're selling food, you're making money.
You're making money.
Yes.
All right, one word for one family out there. One word. Just one word. Look at the camera and tell one family this is what you need to do to make things work. Just one word, because
Okay, thank you very much. To the family out there, be responsible. Be responsible for yourself. Be responsible for your kids. Just be responsible. Don't wait for the government to do everything. That small space in your house, you can start up a farm. Thank you.
All right, thank you very well, Mr. Emmanuel OLALEKAN. Thank you so very much for coming on the program. And you and I need to talk because there are some things you have refused to say. So thank you for coming. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I want to say a very big, wonderful thank you to all of you out there for staying tuned at this hour and time to watch Spice the Marriage Show. Our topic today is food security. And just like Mr. Martin said, that little portion in your house there that you're not using, that you pour dirt inside, clear it off and plant pepper. Or, I wanted to say Maggie, that's a mistake. Plant pepper, plant okra, plant one small thing that can help you. The country is going to a place of return, like I said before, you know. So please be the best you want to be and be the change you want to be. If you have any question or any contribution and you want to be part of this program, please feel free to send us a text on any of the numbers scrolling on your screen or follow us on our social media platform. Like I will always say, whatever it takes in your relationship or marriage or in your situationship or family, you alone can fix it. I still remain your host, Regina Dokpesi. Bye for now.
Spice the Marriage Show with Regina Dokpesi. Whatever it takes, you can fix it.